Welcome in once again, guys. We're here to feed that Yu-Gi-Oh cardboard addiction, guys. You guys already know we have very nice YGO, man. Very nice Yu-Gi-Oh right here, guys. Look at that. Already monetized, already over 1,000 subs. It's for a reason. It's for a reason, guys. The man himself here has thousands of views, man. Opening cases left and right, doing deck profiles. Look at those shiny thumbnails, man. Look at that. Fresh off the press, just like the channel. High rarity, max rarity, heavy stonks. I had to bring my guy onto the show today because, yo, his channel's unique, man. His channel's unique, you know, and we're going to let him introduce his channel in just a bit. But the channel's just beautiful, guys. So you definitely need to click that first link in the description down below. Stop slacking, get yourself over there and watch these beautiful deck profiles, man, in max rarity Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, who doesn't want these heavy stonks, man? You know, most people can't own these cards. So it's always beautiful, you know, to look at these cards, and then if you can, obviously, to pick them up. We're going to go over some prices today as well, so definitely check them out. But, man, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show, man. Love to have you on and let people know what is it that you do, your passion for Yu-Gi-Oh, in the sense of why you have your channel and things of that nature. You know, so let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Malcolm Lee. You know what I'm saying? I'm the owner of Very Nice Yu-Gi-Oh, the channel. I want to say thank you for Jay to having me on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we met at regionals. Well, first I became a fan of his content. Then I saw him at a regionals. You know what I'm saying? I walked up and I was like, it's time to feed that Yu-Gi-Oh. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the spill, but you know what I'm saying? That's how we met. And ever since then, you know, I've been locked in. Jay has helped me make a lot of great decisions on a lot of the cards that I've purchased. I'm a big heavy stonker, you know what I'm saying? When in his videos, when he says Billy for really, I'm Billy for really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Billy. You know what I'm saying? I've made a lot of money, I've lost a lot of money, so I can tell you for sure, like, you know, the do's and don'ts, and you know, he can tell you the specific do's and don'ts, but I'll tell you like whether you should or shouldn't be heavy stonking or not. You know what I mean?
Love it.
I mean, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Love it. And that's the thing, you know, that's why I wanted to bring you on, because I promised the channel that we would do a heavy stonk market watch, you know, because again, I focus on penny stonks, but I love the contrast. I love, you know, bringing people on that do something different than me and just, you know, picking their brains and just providing that value of collaboration. So again, I focus on penny stonks. That's what I love. But again, I also understand the heavy stonking aspect of it, of owning max rarity, high-end Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So we're gonna get into it, and yeah, we're gonna start with Mulcharmy Purulia. Again, this is a Mulcharmy that when we were talking, I mean, when I met my guy right here at regionals, he came up to me, yo, should I be picking up Purulias? And there you go. Look at that beautiful playset, fresh off the press, just like the channel. Look at that, very nice. Hey. Right
Very
there.
nice.
Look at that, man. Quarter centuries max rarity. He was like, Jay, should I be picking these up at 150s? I'm like, yo, this is free money down the line, man. And here we come today. Max rarity. Look at that. These were 182s. Says 200s. We wish, man. This is 250s right there. Look at that beautiful card. Look at that. 4 listings only. Beautiful, man. Pushing almost 300 and then 400 at the bottom of the page. How do you think the man is feeling right now? Beautiful. He doesn't have to pay premium prices because he came in early. You know, he identified the opportunity and he did what he must. So just briefly, talk about that experience, how you feel for picking up the card early, you know, and seeing that it could potentially be 300-400 in the short term. Just let us hear it.
Man, so first off, I'll definitely say, like, when it comes to picking up cards like this, you want to evaluate first. Like, I asked Jay because, you know, I know he knows what he's talking about in terms of, you know, like just the markets in general. So, but when I look at purchasing cards like this, I look at how relevant they'll be like now and like later. You know what I'm saying? Like, can I splash them in every deck? Like, am I gonna have to pick them up later, whether I'm doing a deck profile or what? And I typically don't like to get rid of my cards, so because there was a point in time where these would drop in, but I decided to keep them because when you're heavy stonking, it's just like stocks. Just because something is crashing on the markets doesn't mean you just want to get rid of it right away. You want to wait, give it time, because there's been times where I've sold cards and I've lost money, and there's been times when I bought cards and lost money, but there's always like a middle ground, you know what I mean? But the longer, I believe the longer you hold on to your things, the more value they gain over time, because they'll be harder and harder to get, like, the more and more you hold on. As you can see, the market is speaking for itself. As how, like, nobody really wants to get rid of them, you get what I mean? So
that's an excellent point, man. That's an excellent point that he makes, again, from the vantage point of a heavy stonker. If you penny stonk like me and things don't have value, usually that means that they're less scarce, they're everywhere, they're cheap. So of course you want to move them, you want to get rid of them, you don't want to hold that inventory. But when you're talking about heavy stonking, cards that by nature are scarce, they're expensive, they're hard to get, yeah, they may maybe crash down in the format. They cycle in and out. Maybe, oh, we use Purulias less now, so they went down to 150. It's still the max rarity. It's still hard to get. They're not going to reprint this rarity in quarter century secret rare anymore. So, and it comes in a core set, the Infinite Forbidden, that is approaching a year old in a couple months when we're around that season. So again, these won't get any easier to get. So by nature, being more scarce usually is easier to appreciate in price, especially if they cycle back into the meta, just like this card is and will be doing. So that is an amazing point, you know, that he just made right here, guys. So again, with Mulcharmy Purulia, insane. This high-end heavy stunk is getting cleaned out even at the highest of levels, at the highest of prices, guys. It's insane. 4 listings only, as you can see. So, man, we started this market watch hot. And then we have Mulcharmy Fuwalos. Again, quarter century secret rare. The card, you know, came out in Rage of the Abyss and Rhoda. And here we have Fuwalos, literally got reprinted right now in where was it? Was it in Stampede? Yes, it was, man. You know, this Bonanza Stampede. So it just got reprinted. Ultra rare, you know, secrets, supers, PURs, PCRs, PSRs. Wolves in 5. Damn, Wolves lost, yo. So we'll see, man. You know, and poor Lakers, man. You know, LeBron's too old. Nah, just kidding, guys. But hey, you know, we have Fuwalos, guys. This card it says 350s. If you go to the yearly, the lows were at 327s. And you wake up today and the card is full hundo. Full hundo. There's only 3 left in the markets until Very Nice swings by and puts his place up at 500 a pop. Nah, yeah.
Yo, you know? Crazy thing about this card. I was like contemplating if I wanted to spend, like, I bought them at like 380s.
Cool. Yeah.
And I was like contemplating on if I really wanted to drop the like 380 times 3 on these cards. But I did it. You know what I'm saying? I did it so y'all didn't have to.
Yeah, hey, he pulled the trigger. He's addicted to the brown. You know, he spent that green to get the brown.
I'm addicted to both. But man, I'm really glad that I kept them because they're going up, as you can see. Like we only have what 3 on the market left, and then after that, and some people might be like, people are not gonna pay it, but yeah, like there's some people like me that will pay it. You know what I mean? Because if you're collecting, it's not only you're just collecting, you're also investing. Like this is a big investment. You know what I mean? Like I know for certain when I'm ready to offload a lot of these cards, like I can go do something else in my life and not worry about like I've done it already before when I was like 17 years old. So, you know what I mean? Like coming back at 33, like I just got back in the game 10 months ago, mind you. So coming back and like really, I understand from 17 what it means to invest in my hobby, and not only that, invest at a high level, because the return is going to be great too. But you can't necessarily, it's just like with all business, you can't just look at what you're going to lose in the beginning, because of course you're going to lose money. Like that's how money works. But like you got to know how to just sit on your money, and like life situations will happen where you might feel forced to like, oh, I got to sell my cards. But don't, like Jay says it all the time on the channel, like emotion is the number one
money destroyer,
contender. Money destroyer.
Yeah,
literally, bro, literally. So the same thing with this, like, yeah, you'll buy emotionally sometimes, but sometimes with these cards, you want to get them when you can get them, if you can get them. You get what I'm saying? Don't kill yourself, and don't you know what I'm saying? Take your rent money and go get these cards. But like,
hey, rent money magia, man. People out here paying rent money, you know? Hey, I mean, the man was preaching, guys. That's the whole point. You know, that's the whole point. We always say Yu-Gi-Oh's an investment. There's people out there, bigger channels. Hey, to each their own. Everyone has their own opinion. Usually those people are Billy Bob and they just don't realize it. But if it costs money and time, it's an investment, man. It's not free. That's always my mindset. And obviously now from a literally more of an investment angle, with a very nice in the sense of buying high-end heavy stonks and essentially having that value there. If he would need to sell his cards for any reason, even though he's a collector, he has that money in there. He put in 380s on Fuwalos, and in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year later, there's going to be 500 plus. You know what I mean? So again, just hard to get, guys, especially as quarter century secret rares. You know, they don't exist anymore. We're not going to get any new ones. These cards are not going to get reprinted in this rarity. A lot of people really like the stamp. You know, they're going to go down with the ship in the sense of just scarcity, guys. So again, he made an amazing point on this card. And then just to throw, you know, the third Mulcharmy here, Meowls, the cat version here, we can see that this card.
Get this guy.
Hey, you see, you need to listen to your own advice, man. You don't want to be paying a premium. You know what? I'm Billy Bobbing too late. But yeah, I mean, it's 170s now, so that ain't bad. Oh, it was. My bad. You're going to have to Billy Bob into this one. Look at that. 8 listings only. You have 230s. Quickly goes to 325s. Yeah, let's hear it.
I will say this. Okay. This is also why when you're heavy stonky, you want to build good relationships with like vendors and different shops. because like when you're buying so much so much volume or such a high price, like people are more likely to work with you because they know that you're like good money when you come through the door. So like yeah, these Fuwalos, I mean these Meowls, what is it, like 230s?
Yeah, 230.
I already got a deal lined up for 200 each, which I'm probably gonna end up taking.
You see?
But it's from building that relationship and like coming back to the same people over and over again, and like, you know, making sure that, you know, the relationship is good, not necessarily because I say so, but they understand that when I come and I come with a list, like I'm gonna clear the list today, you know what I mean? And I'm not sitting there like, oh yeah, can you take a couple dollars off? They literally say to me like, I'll work with you, I'll take off a couple dollars, because I spend so much money. So when you're heavy stonking, don't necessarily look at it like you're losing money. Really look at it as an investment, you know what I mean? Like some people wouldn't invest in cardboard, but like Jay says it all the time, Yu-Gi-Oh is only like one of those few things in the world that's just gonna double or triple or
Literally.
I don't know if anything quadrupled overnight, but literally.
That's a good point. Yeah, I always talk about multiples, 2x's, 3x's, 5x's, 10x's, left and right. Usually is with penny stonks, but even heavy stonks, you know, they could 2, 3x. And again, it's just a bigger price, a bigger number. So, you know, again, that's a great point that he makes about, you know, the business side of things, in the sense where you're a heavy stonk and you could get deals, you know, because the store, they know it's on lock. It's the money that they're looking for. They have turnaround times and bills to pay as a store and things of that. So they know when he's coming through, that's the money that they need, you know, for that turnaround. So, I mean, that's a great point that you can use to leverage you getting cheaper cards while still paying, you know, good money at 2 hundos, for example. And then this card is 325s, then 4 hundo, and crazy. One page only, 8 listings only, single digits, scarcity, guys. Again, there's a lot of people out there, especially heading into Nat season format. They want their decks blinged out. If they're gonna, 4,000 Yu-Gi-Oh players are gonna go and compete at the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh event that is out there. Not to say that they all have to bling out their decks, but there's going to be a few. They're going to be like, you know what? I want to separate myself from the masses. I want to have everything blinged out, max rarity. I want to take my deck that I've been putting a lot of work into, competing. You know, some people like, you know, very nice. You know, if he goes to Nats, hey, make sure you say hi, catch him, come up to him. Yo, can I see your deck? Because that thing's going to be blinged out. But yeah, man, again, so it's insane to see these Mulcharmys. People want them. They want access to them. High rarity, max rarity. So you guys already know. And before we go to his personal heavy stonks of the day, the picks of the day in the sense of heavy stonks, you know, I'm gonna just take a moment to ask him just a quick question. So usually when we have someone on for the first time on the channel, we just ask 2 or 3 questions just so the masses can know who you are, where you come from, or your passion and things of that nature. So again, let's start with give us your story about why you love Yu-Gi-Oh, because at the end of the day, people watching, you, me here, are content creators. We love Yu-Gi-Oh, man. That's why we're here. We share the same passion coming from all walks of life. That's what I love about Yu-Gi-Oh. So in your particular case, why you love it? Like, where did it start? You know, what keeps that fire, that passion going? So let's hear a little bit about that.
Man, well, first off, I would say I love Yu-Gi-Oh because it's a escape. In everyday adult life, or just in the real world in general, like there's so much going on around you, and there's so many like different, whether it be traumatic things or just like stressful things going on, and you always want to have an outlet. And Yu-Gi-Oh has always been that one place where I can put my mind and like test my wits against like my opponents. Yeah, sometimes, you know, your opponent might like, Yu-Gi-Oh's toxic at the same time too,
right. Yeah, I feel but, it happens. But
at the same time,
in general,
it's such a beautiful game because, you know, you get to meet so many different people from so many different lanes, and it doesn't matter what you really do in life. Like we can connect on the same love of like, oh, we both love Blue Eyes, or we both love Dark Magician. Speaking of, like, when I was younger, I used to live in Florida. I obtained my first cards by illegal means. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I was running with the wrong crowd. They used to like pickpocket things and stuff like that. So this mind you, I was like 6, 7 years old. So
you're not the first. You're not the first, and you're not the last. You know, people have similar stories. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you know, I got my hands. I obtained a Dark Magician deck and a Blue Eyes deck, and I just remember like I didn't even open the packs. I just kept staring at the actual wrapped cards, and I just kept like looking at the Dark Magician and the Blue Eyes, and I just like, damn, this is beautiful. So that's how I knew like like it was a thing for me because of the detail and the art and it's just so many different things, the lore, the characters, the everything about it. I just fell in love with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I started seeing people compete and like take their decks really serious and like have sleeves on their decks. And like I was the same guy shuffling. I remember one time I had a parasite for the OG boomers, you know what that is.
Yo, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I put it in somebody's deck at school, shuffling it, because you know all the monsters become insects. Bro, he left with my card, bro. I tried to find it the next day. I'm like, yo, where my card at? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but yeah, that's why I love. That's why I love Yu-Gi-Oh though. It's so many great memories, and it's just like something that I know that I'll pass on to my kids one day if you know we're still here by the time that happens. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
no,
you know, it's just an escape from the real world. You know what I mean? It's just a anime paradise or whatever you want to call it. It's a paradise.
Sure,
you know
sure.
Toxic paradise.
Nah. Yeah, like with anything in life, you know, there's good and bad. You know, I mean, what I love about Yu-Gi-Oh is more good than bad, in my humble opinion, or at least with my experiences. You know, it's just amazing being able to interact with like-minded people and have a community and have, you know, see people when I go to events or in the comment section or everything. Like most people in Yu-Gi-Oh are just amazing human beings, you know. So that's why I love Yu-Gi-Oh and interacting with such a great community. So yeah, we appreciate, you know, sharing that story, man. It's always good to receive, you know, just different stories about different people, and people find value in that and entertainment as well. So that was pretty cool and pretty fun. So yeah, I mean, you know, the second one is, you know, how you got into Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know if it was, you know, already based on that experience that you mentioned, or there was a different way, or you first got into it, quit, then came back. You said you at 17 you left, and then came back at 33. Maybe just briefly tell us about, you know, from whatever you can, like what went on with that and things of that nature. Was it the anime as well? I was gonna ask you, like, is it anime?
Yeah. It was
so
the anime.
Go ahead.
Kids at school was talking about it, and I was living in Florida at the time.
Right.
And they were just talking about it, and I was like, yo, what's Yu-Gi-Oh? And then like I said, they went and obtained the cards, and then I ended up having the cards, and then like I started really watching the anime and really like summoning Blue Eyes without tributed, and I thought I was you know what I'm saying? So those are the days, you know, light beats dark and earth beats water. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I really got into the game, just watching my friends be excited about it and like starting to look into it on my own.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I'm glad I did, you know what I mean? Like it's I was able to buy my first card for myself at 17 years old.
Yeah.
Because I sold one of my collections to M. 40, Robbie Cole.
Okay.
Back in like 2009, 2010.
Okay.
And I think I sold it to him for like either 15 or 2,500. But the only reason I was able to do that was because I was heavy stonking. I was buying like Ulti Kaisers when they were 60.
That's crazy.
I was buying Ulti Veilers. I was buying Ulti. I actually have my old YouTube channel. I'm gonna do a video where I go over my old YouTube channel because I'm actually about to hit more subscribers now than I had on YouTube back in 2010. Okay. So it's like a full circle moment that now I'm a partner, bro. And I'm 33 still playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Insane.
And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, welcome. Hey, we boomers out here, you know, because we still share the love. You know, we feel like kids in the sense when we play the game, you know, we smiling all the time, laughing, and just have those memories. So I mean, yeah, that was a great story, you know, that you were heavy stonking since back then, you know, and you're just bringing that value now to the Yu-Gi-Oh community, and the channel, your channel continues to grow, and this is just the beginning of big things. You already know, man. So love to hear about that story for sure. And then, you know, lastly, before we get to your heavy stonks of the day is, you know, why do you focus on heavy stonking? Just, you know, you go way back to your days of when you were 17, picking up high-end cards, you know, old school old tees, maybe Ghost Rares, maybe the high-end back then and things of that nature. You know, what attracts you to heavy stonking? Why do you focus on it? You know, from the investment angle, we kind of touch base in the sense of scarcity and that those cards usually don't lose as much value and things of that nature. But yeah, just expand on that. Like, why do you have that love and passion within Yu-Gi-Oh or within investing, or from a collector's, you know, vantage point of why focus on the most expensive, the shiniest, the heavy stonks?
Well, just personally in life, I come from very like humble beginnings, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So like when I look at anything that I'm into, anything that I do, I try to like not only like if I'm not one of the greats in it, I like to have the best in it, to have the best opportunity to do well in it. And with Yu-Gi-Oh particularly, like I'm an artist. I've always been an artist. I go to school for arts. I've been working for myself for 15 years. I'm a graphic designer, photographer, videographer. I do a lot.
Wow.
So like the arts visually just like please me. So like when I'm seeing all these colors, like even on the Meowls, like the colors are just attractive. The way the card shines, the way the card looks, and then QCR is the highest rarity. So you know what I mean? Well, in my opinion, it's the highest rarity. I used to love Altis. I'm an Alti fanboy, but they feel like toilet paper. You feel what I mean? So like I switched over to QCR. So all my Altis got QCR.
Okay. You switched over, man. You betrayed us boomers, man. You don't remember those Caius's Altis? You don't remember?
Look at them though. They just look crazy, bro. Like
but you don't. Yo, what's the name of that card? Because I can't see. I can't read it, bro. What does it say? You can't even see it. Nah, man.
We don't need to see. We just need to see the picture, man. We need to see.
It's like name for what? Yeah, who reads? We Yu-Gi-Oh on your forehead, bro. Love it, bro. Love it. Oh man, that was a great one.
But yeah, that's why I got into heavy stonking. But
okay.
I realized at a young age the value when I was able to sell my card. Like when I wanted to sell my cheap cards, like you know, like the penny stonks, like you say. When I wanted to sell my penny stonk, I couldn't really make that much money. But whenever I kept my expensive cards, I was able to offload at a higher, like even if I did like, all right, like I spent 380s on a Meowls, I mean on the Fuwalos.
Right.
If I was to sell them right now and I couldn't get all my money back, I know I'm at least gonna see like 350 to 320, depending on who I'm talking to. But if you have the lower rarity, the secrets, you can only offload them once they reprint for a certain amount. But the QCRs are gonna always maintain their value. You understand? So I understood that at 17, and when I sold my collection to M Code 40, I was able to like buy my first car. I only put like $500 more, and I bought like a 1996 Honda Civic.
Right, back then for sure.
Yeah, now you can't do that no more.
No. Those are the good old days. Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, we old though. That's how normal.
Hey, we booming out here.
But yeah, that's what got me into heavy or got like as I come back to the game, that's why I'm like, I need to like heavy stonk again, because the day I decide to stop playing all of this, I know for a fact I'm gonna get like a good turnout from it. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, in a nutshell, that's my reasoning. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's great logic, man. I mean, retaining your purchasing power. We always talk here about recycling your purchasing power, and with penny stonks, that is amazing, guys. You recycle, you sell, you get a card for $5, sell it for $10s, and then buy more cards at $2, $3, sell them for $10s again. Recycling. But when it comes to heavy stonking, retaining your purchasing power is one of the most important aspects, because the scarcity factor, the high rarity, just the chase cards, people wanting these cards always helps it to always have that, you know, demand, natural demand from other people, you know, that really love, you know, these rarities and the high end. So I mean, amazing insights, bro. You know, really appreciate you sharing that thought process. And I know a lot of people can learn. Sure, most, you know, maybe I say most of us in the sense in general in the world, you know, like usually people can't, you know, afford, like the higher end and the shiniest and the most expensive, but we can learn, you know, we can learn a lot, because is a lot of people out there, in the thousands of people that are watching this video. You know, there could be a couple of hundred here and there. These are the cards that maybe they want, you know, they want to learn about that thought process. So really, you know, appreciate you sharing that feedback, man. So much love, man. So again, we move on to your personal 2 picks of the day, cards that just came out, Alliance Insight. And what I've noticed, you know, from watching the markets is that usually, you know, these high-end cards can crash at the beginning. You have people, let's say, if I open an Alliance Insight box and I see this card, for example, like, I don't play Regenesis, who cares? I play Malice. Then they're gonna come and slap in the market and just sell it for whatever it is. But there comes a time, 2-3 weeks in, a month, 2 months in, where these cards all of a sudden start getting scarce. You know, people are not cracking boxes open that much, and then that's like the perfect time, the entry price to get them, you know, because long term, most of these heavy stonks appreciate in value, just long term, just due to the nature of the scarcity. So again, we're gonna start with Regenesis here. And this was your personal pick, just came out. We can see, of course, like we said, very early, the initial week or two, card was $70. You see it at $50. Sure, could it go down to 45 to 40s? Yeah, it can. But again, 21 listings, as we can see, still scarce. You don't see like major walls of China. So again, as this card goes down, 40 would be like the floor price, 40 to 45s, but 50s is when you consider it. Oh, I'm gonna play Regenesis, I want to play, so let me spend 150s here and live to fight another day. But yeah, if you see a heavy stonk from your vantage point, with your thought process, why do you think people should be, you know, why you want to highlight this and that people should be looking at this card right now?
Well, the main reason I wanted to highlight it is I feel like people definitely slept on Regenesis or are sleeping on this archetype.
Okay.
Like the archetype is crazy. Like this one card searches every card in the deck, bro. And it's at 3, and you can banish it to special summon. Like, sometimes you just got to look at what the card does, and it's like a no-brainer. Like, okay, this card is gonna go up at some point, and right now it's $50. It's 50
right there, 50 beans
shekels.
right
It's
there.
50 shekels.
Yeah, literally, man.
Like, why you can get it? I feel like if you have the money to drop on it, you should get it. At least you know you have it. At least you know, like, hey, I got it at the low at 50. You get what I'm saying? You could probably find somebody for 45 to 40. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like we said, that's a good
people just want to
price.
get the money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But I feel like this card will definitely go up at some point. Like the more and more people are finding out how good the engine is. I play it right now. I'm actually building something with Regenesis Stun for the regionals this coming weekend in Los Angeles, and I run Dynas and all that. But just how easy it is to play. They drop a Fuwalos on you. You'd be like, okay, I'm not going to my extra deck, but all right. You know what I'm saying? You just -1. You just -1. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is one of my heavy stonks for the day. I definitely feel like Regenesis will go up. You know what I mean? For sure.
That's great. Like you said, you have ways to play around hand traps because you have an Omni Negate that is part of the deck core. You don't have to go into your extra deck if you don't need to. So that's a very, very good take with regards to this one. And then on that same note, you know, his second pick is Regenesis Archfiend, Quarter Century Secret Rare. As you guys can see, look how beautiful that card looks, you know, right there in its max rarity form.
Very nice.
Right there, very nice, just like his channel, guys. Look at that. Card was 73 bones, crashing down to 46s, but really we're at 40. So this one, you know, maybe same deal. 30 to 35s would be like a good floor price. Maybe locally you could get a deal of it straight cash. Be like, yo, let me slap a hundo. Let me give you $100 bill. Let me get that play set. You know what I mean? So that'd be perfect. But 32 listings.
Go ahead.
Let me
add this to that too.
Okay.
So I lost money on these cards. Don't get it twisted. I lost money because I bought them like right after release, but I didn't give it like a week. So when Jay says patience wins this game, like, it's very true. You save more money when you are patient with certain cards, for sure. But like when you're like me, you just want the card. Keep in mind, I also run a YouTube channel, so I have to stay on the edge and on the button with making sure I have the latest and the greatest for you guys. You get what I'm saying? It's not just for my viewing pleasure, but this is also now a business for me as well. So it works in that way. Yeah, but
that's a great point.
Yeah, I lost money on these cards. I think I paid like 70s or 80s on them. So like, I'm the Billy Bob. You feel what I'm saying? I'm Billy.
Yeah. Billy for really in the building. Nah, I love it. But you made a great point, bro. You made a great point.
But you gotta own up to you gotta live with your, you know, at least I got it. Like, that's
no. Not just that. The main point that you made here is the channel. So I mean, you lose money in the short term, but long term, it may exceed these prices anyways. So even though you got in the 80s, you saw them at 40s, you could have waited, obviously, you know, and save 50%, as we always say. Of course, that's the smart, most intelligent decision. But again, in your case, you have a channel, so you're getting value, you know, elsewhere. Through your channel, you know, being able to display these cards and get the views and then the subs and then expand. So in your particular case, you know, is a bit different. And you did it intentionally. So, you know, for your business or the expansion of your channel. So that's the main thing. But, you know, again, patience wins this game. Usually, even with cards like these, you know, high-end cards, especially initially. But, you know, month 2 in, then once they start, you know, getting scarce, turning around, you know, usually is like the best time to pick these cards up. But yeah, I mean, this is a great pick, you know, to tag along. Regenesis just, you know, part of the main deck core here. The main piece is just highlighting the utility of the deck and cards that you should be looking out as they continue going down in price. You see a little bit of curvature here at around maybe the mid 30s. You come in $100 a pop, not bad at all. So guys, link in the description down below. You want to make sure you come over here. We're going to have this ready so that you can fast track all the pieces of cardboard that we will be talking about today. You know, in case you want to purchase any of these heavy stocks, we're going to have that ready for you. And then we're doing a X giveaway, guys, giving away these ghost rares. I'm sorry, this ghost rare, these 3 cards for 1 lucky winner. Make sure you follow, like, and retweet over here. We'll leave the link in the description down below as well. Don't forget, in our Discord, you know, we opened up a marketplace. If you're looking to trade, make any trades, you know, that is popping off right now, hot right there. You want to make sure you form part of that. If you're looking to, you know, move some cards or you need some cards, you know, we started this. Make sure you don't miss out over there in the Discord. And then Billy Bob, man, that's very nice's boy right there, man. Look at that. We have Thornton, Mr. Clean, and hey, alternate art. Look, he had to laugh, man. He got to, man. It's Billy for really, man. Hey, right there.
Billy for really.
Hey,
I'm the biggest Billy by here.
If you need your own Billy for really, make
Look,
sure you
and I'm ball too.
You see, yo, Mr. Clean's in the building right here, man. Look at that. Yo, you can't make this stuff up, man. Love it, bro. So again, get your copy. Don't miss out. Add that to your collection. So now we have Dominus Impulse, bro. Look at that. When I showed you this card that we were looking at it on the back end, you were astonished. You were like, no way, no how. You were no way. Dominus Impulse is 370s, man. You only got 4 left in the markets, 2 listings only, 1 page only. Even you, a heavy stonker, you're surprised. You know, let us know at what price you got into these, and you know, let us hear it.
I bought into them at 150s when they first
no
dropped.
No way.
And,
wow.
And even when I spent the 150, I was like, damn, this is
steep.
Mad bread. It's 450 right here. But, you know, as we spin the block, you know, 370, I'm like, I'm glad I did.
Man, yeah. Man, look at that. That's over a band.
Right now. They just in my binder right now.
Yeah, you're like, you know, we just got it in the collection binder, you know, getting some dust. We're not even playing it right now, you know, over a band, you know, right there. Some rent money in certain places of the country, you know. Look at that.
There you go.
Man,
look, I have a different binder for so this is my like synchros, traps.
Okay, yeah. You see, he doesn't even have an extra deck binder. He separates the extra deck into synchros and fusions and XC. Man, that's when you know, man. Very nice, just very like nice, the channel. That's why you got to make sure you go sub, man, because that's what he does, man. He shows off, you know, the high end cards and gives his opinion while he goes through those cards, guys. So you can't miss out. Right there, just fresh. You got to make sure you sub, man. Right now, first link in the description down below. But yeah, 370s, man. That's the thing. Like we were just talking about, these cards are super scarce, super hard to get. Right now, this is the card of the format. You know, everyone wants to play the high end heading into Nat season. So yeah, just like very nice set, guys. You know, crazy, cleaned out right now, pushing almost full hundo a pop, man. It's pretty fun. I won't lie. I usually don't cover these, you know, very, very rarely, but it's pretty fun, you know, to come in here and see that even these high-end cards are going parabolic because there's a high-end market, just like we here.
But the crazy part is somebody's going to buy this, bro. Somebody's still going to buy it.
Literally, if you come over here to the sales, you can see the people were spending 260s, but someone's going to come before and that's like 370s. I need it right now. They're going to come in, man. They're going to buy it. Literally. So, you know, again, usually we say heavy stonks are less liquid than you know, cheaper cards because there's less people that can buy the high-end cards where there's more people that can buy the cheaper cards. But there's still people out there that they're willing to pay a premium to get the cardboard that they really want. You know, like very nice just said. So definitely keep that in mind. We have Dominus Purges. Again, we have Dominus Purge. This card, as we can see if we go to the yearly chart, one point these were 38 bones, went up to 60s. People thought they were expensive then, and it's never looked back. Right now, to 125s, 12 listings only. You do have a couple of 1s and 2s and play sets, but at the bottom of the page, 132. So this is where it's at right now, between 125s and 130s, essentially. Right now, just hovering for a card that used to be 60, so already up 2x, and before that used to be 38 to 40s in the early days. So again, Dominus Purge, just to put it next to a Dominus Impulse. I mean, you have any thoughts on seeing this going from 38s to 125s?
Yeah, I definitely 2x and a half on these because I bought them at 45. So
okay.
Yeah, so I definitely came up some bread. And so this is all a shock to me, by the way, because once I kind of buy the cards, they just go in the binder until I'm ready to do a deck profile. So like Jay's actually put me on game.
Yeah, right now, you see, he's shocked, man. He owns the card and he's like, yo, what? I got this money?
Yeah,
man,
no, for real.
Hey, I mean, you know, it's impressive, man. That's why we want to hear that perspective of, you know, how it feels to be a heavy stonker, to own these cards, to own the max rarity versions, and to come in early for some of these, especially like the staples, and to see them go parabolic like this. It's just crazy. Then we have Fiendsmith Engraver, you know, recently getting the rarity treatment right here, and we can see this card has been crashing down. You see, it's not just talking about cards that are going up, but some of these due to reprints, they cause like a flash crash. In this case, from 200 down to 150s, it says here. And here we are. So a $50 dump, but again, two very nicest point, you know, earlier. Yeah, maybe you hold on through the $50 dump, but again, it's still scarce. It's still you know, long term should appreciate in price just because of how hard it will be to get. You know, of course, it'll cycle out the meta at one point, but still, the people will love this as a collectible piece, just being having access to engravers. I'm right there. Wow, look at that playset, man. Very nice, just like his channel.
I lost money on this too.
You see, hey, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but I bet Very Nice wins more than he loses, and that's what really matters at the end of the day. And he still has the cardboard too. You know what I mean? So he still got it for when it goes parabolic down the line, you know, to appreciate in price. But yeah, 18 listings only. As you can see there, he did show them off. Those look very, very nice, just like the channel. So we have
perfect example too, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
So when cards get limited or banned or whatever, I don't get rid of them, right?
Okay.
And perfect example, Popular and Snake Eye Ash went to 1 each, right? So I think for Popular, I spent like $60-70 QCR when they were hot, and then Ash I think was like the ultis. I think they were like 20-30s at the time when I bought, and then I packed a couple of them. But as they come back now, Popular was like it was like it dropped, you know what I'm saying? But then once it got put up to 2, it went back up. You get what I'm saying? And then I since I kept my card, I still have it, and I my money came back automatically. I mean, same thing with Ashes. Ashes were like alties. I think they were like $5 to $10, and then at a point in time, I haven't checked them since, but I think they went up to like 30s or something like that.
Yeah, they did spiked up to 25,
yeah,
26.
Yeah, and then they dropped. Yep.
But they're more than 5s. You know what I mean? So that's the point.
Yeah. So you know, it just goes to show, like, you know, you have to know when to let go, but at the same time, you don't always want to let go. You know what I'm saying? Just hold on to your card, like if you can, like,
nah,
not,
for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? So each person's like situation is different.
Great
so
point.
you know, I understand 1000%, but if you can hold on, like if you like my hobby, I won't trade my hobby for the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could be going broke today, and I'm like, nah, I'm not giving it.
Yeah, you're gonna be selling them Fuwalos real quick. Let me get this 15 hundo, man.
We're gonna have to sell a dog, bro. We're gonna have to sell the dog, bro. I'm saying,
not the cardboard. Hey, that's a special type of addiction, you know. When you addicted to the brown,
say that.
hey, when you addicted to the brown, you don't get rid of it. You know what I mean? You mean what I know? But love it, man. Great insight. Like you said, you know, if you hold on to these for the long term, you know, these become collectible pieces, especially with the 25th, you know, quarter century secret rare stamp on it, you know, so do as you must. And then we have Fiendsmith Track and also Fiendsmith Requiem, as we can see here, you know, just more part of the Fiendsmith package. Track used to be $50, now is $100s, 110s. It does go to 130s at the bottom of the page, again, because people playing the engine. But you also have Requiem, a card that used to be, I mean, if you go to the yearly at one point, $40, and now it's 75s, pushing 80s, you know, and beyond. So again, these heavy stonks, man, when it comes to heavy stonks, maybe you don't get the 5Xs, the 10Xs, but you know, the 2Xs are more sure. It's like you're investing into something that has less liquidity but is more scarce. So if you're looking for that safer investment, you know, penny stonks is more risk. You know what I mean? It could go up 3, 5, 10X, but it can also crash down 50%, be down 2X, 5X as well. When it comes to heavy stonks, for the most part, they're like safer investments. They're safer exposure to these cards in their higher rarity forms. And you put in $50 a day, they become a hundo. Even if they crash down, you know, it's harder for it to crash down because there's less supply. So, I mean, when it comes to these, you showed the engravers. What do you think about Track and Requiem as well? Seeing these prices and these spikes because the engines are being used. And also, maybe give your perspective, your vantage point. You know, once Draco Tails come out, people don't use Fiendsmith anymore. You know, if you expect a crash, and like you said, you'll probably hold on to these. So just talk a little bit more about that.
So the tracks, I think I picked them up at 45s to 50s.
Okay.
Okay. When they first came out, and then the Requiems I picked up at 45s as well. So regardless around the board, whether they get banned, not banned, but limited or whatever, I still, you know, I break off like even or something. You know what I'm saying? I still make money some way. But like when I invest, like I expect to lose money. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Like I don't invest to like get all of my money back. For me as a businessman, as long as I'm recouping some of my profit, I mean some of my money, like I'm cool with recouping something. So that's how I look at it when I'm holding on to my cards, because if I was to play the game of like, oh man, it's about to get hit or it's about to get limited, like I would have to rebuy these cards again, and then I'm probably gonna have to spend more money on the back end when they shoot back up. You know, so perfect example to sidebar from those Bistio Lubellions. I was picking these I wish I picked them up at 180s, and then they had they went up to like 2-something, like 280s, 260s or
Yeah,
something
it was
like
around
that.
there. Yep.
Yeah, and I was kicking myself in the face, bro. I was like, oh my God, like I should have picked. Yeah, see, they're like 220s and yeah, like 220, 230, something like that.
Yeah, and they went up high. You know, they went up high
Yeah,
to
bro.
280s.
When I picked up mine, unfortunately I paid 280s, but
Okay. You Billy Bob, we got it. No. Billy Fuwalos in town. No, but again, this is a perfect example. He paid 280s for a heavy stong. It's down to 220s. But long term, this card is not going to get another quarter century secret rare. Yeah, maybe it gets a Starlight down the line, but there's going to be a lot of, you know, very nices out there that they're going to prefer. This specific rarity is getting more and more scarce. Monsters Revenge and almost cracking these packs open. They're not getting any easier to pull, guys, and we wouldn't be surprised if this card, you know, if it's 300, 350 down the line, no one's going to be surprised. Like, oh, yeah, this is, no, everyone's going to be like, yeah, makes sense. It's Lou Belly. So it wouldn't be surprising to see these to have to pay a band just to get a playset down the line. So when you have that thought process, it does make sense. So, yeah, here we have Little Knight. This is another one. Little Knight from Agov. When it first came out, you can see, you know, this card used to be $400s. There was people out here paying $500 back then. 12 listings only, though. You can see it at 290s. We have newbie Yugioh. That's very nice, his cousin. Just messing with him, man. Just messing with my boy. But as we can see here, 290s. We cleaned this up janitor style. We see, yeah, after that one of that very nice is gonna go by right now after this market watch is gonna be 325s and then $400, man, and then back up to 450s.
Hey, which
and
card is
beyond.
this again?
This is Little Knight, man. No, this
I
is
got this already. I'm good. I got that.
No, but you know, a second, third copy. I mean, you know, you good, man. Nah, but that's another thing. When you invest into heavy stocks, look at that right there. Do you only get what you need? Do you invest on the side? If you need one Little Knight for your man that you can use in every deck profile, are you like, you know what, it's still a great investment, let me get a second and third copy? Or does it become too much? Or what's the thought process behind that?
Oh, I only get what I need. Listen, I'm not rich.
Okay.
I don't want y'all to understand that. I get what I need. I don't. I'm not one of those like, oh, let me get one of those.
Yeah.
If I need it, I get it, and if I need it again, I go get it again. But I don't like. For example, the Meowls. I'm probably only gonna pick up 2 of that card because I'm only ever gonna play 2. I would rather play like 3 Fuwalos, 2 of those, and 2 or 3 Purulia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
that's what I wanted to know.
That's just personally how I look at build. Yeah, I don't pick up playset. Now, one of my boys. He's a shop owner. I mean, he's a shop owner, but he picks up playsets of everything. I'm like, yo, like you wow.
Hey, next level. You know what I mean? But the real question is,
there's levels.
But the real question is, would you pick up the third Meowls as a literal investment to maybe move down the road? That's a real question. Would you expose yourself to that? Is it literally on a need? I just need it. Or maybe you're like, you know what? Meowls is 220s. It might be 300-400 one day, and I might just move it at those prices. So does that ever come into your brain? We're in the sense of where, yes, you invest for your collection, but maybe a card that you can move to get something else that is also a heavy stonk down the line that you might want. Does that ever come into your brain ever with any cards, or maybe right now where you're like, maybe I just need 2, but let me pick up the third. You know, if I ever need a place that I have it, if I don't, then I might sell that third copy.
No.
Okay. Let's go. I tried, man. I tried to convince him. Yeah.
The reason why it doesn't come into my mind is because like I'm very one-track minded in that way. If I'm buying it for this, I'm buying it for this, and then like me already having it is the investment.
Yeah.
So I don't even think about like, oh man, like I could potentially sell it for this later. I'm just like, all right, if I what card was like that I needed recently? Black Goat Laughs.
Yeah, Black Goat Laughs.
I had
one, let's look it up.
And I needed a second one. And when I needed the second one at the time, the first one I bought for like 90, and then it went down. And then the second one that I needed later on for another deck profile or another deck was 60. So like if I would have bought 2 at that time, I would have spent 180.
Look at that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
there's only one playset left. Look, 3 listings only. Look, Hey, look, he's getting impressed. Look at that. 2 now. He's going to move 1. Nah. You see? I tried to get him, boys. I tried, but we can't, man. You know, the man is set in stone, and it works. You see, he collects. He uses for his deck profiles. If he needs to play them, he has them. And look at that. He came in, bought for 60s, 80s, under double digits. And now he has a triple digit card worth in value, and he didn't have to pay that premium, guys. So it's definitely great insight by your part with a card like that. Then we have Mitsu Booty here on the channel. I like to call this Mitsu Booty ritual here, guys, as we can see from Suda. You know, the latest core set before Alliance Insight. Card used to be 70 bones, and now it's 127s, it says here, at around 120. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful quarter century secret rare, guys. The man is heavy stonking. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, I bet you came in at around 70s, you know, because he's that, hey, he's very nice, man. Hey, right
nah,
there.
I won't lie. Exactly what it went
okay.
back up to, that is what I paid.
Okay, 120s is good. It's good. But yeah, I mean,
it dropped, though. It dropped, and then it went back up once the new support came out. So
exactly.
I'm like evening out right now at what because I paid 110s each.
Yeah,
so,
he's essentially breaking even, which is beautiful. Beautiful to see this 23 listings right here. As you can see, the card is seeing a lot of play right now in Yu-Gi-Oh! And 3 pages only. So yeah, I mean, no one would be surprised if this card is $200 in the future. No one. Especially in the next 2 to 3 months heading into Nets. You know, people are going to be playing this engine, and some people even this deck pure, needing multiples of these. So yeah, like Very Nice just said, you see he owned it, he paid what he paid for, and regardless, he's going to feel good because he has the max rarity, and he heavy stonk into this one. Then we have IP Masquerena. You know, briefly going to touch base on the Starlight to highlight the fact that we will be talking about Starlights a little later on in the market watch. But yeah, IP Masquerena, you know, the Starlight rare used to be over a band at one point, you know, way back a couple years ago. And we see Starlights at 3 hundos, 11 listings only. So again, just a very brief comparison, because we're going to be talking about Starlights in just a bit. But, you know, your opinion on quarter centuries, if you ever like Starlights, because, you know, maybe, you know, obviously quarter centuries after they came out, you prefer that. But let's just hear your quick opinion on Starlight rares. I heard it was your favorite rarity. I'll leave you to it.
Nah. Quarter century rare is my favorite. But Starlights, I don't mind them, but like I fell in love with QCRs because like I'm a gold lover. I love gold.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So
I feel you.
I don't like the gold rare, those blocks of cheese. I don't like
block
gold,
of cheese. Let's go, man. That's what it sounds like. You like gold, man.
Nah. But as far as like the Starlight rares, I'm looking forward to seeing what they come out with, like going forward, because there's going to be no more QCRs.
Yeah.
But you know, like I know they're more expensive, so I mean, you know, what I mean, I guess I'm ready to play that game too. I guess
for sure. Yeah,
sometimes I'll make a profile and somebody be like, "Where's your Starlight rare triple tactics talent?"
See,
I'm like, I'm good with QC, bro.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. I feel you. No, I feel you. And matching rarities is also a thing, you know, so that's definitely something to consider. But yeah, the Starlight rare high end, I mean, is curving right here into the lows. Honestly, if you don't mind the rarity or you just want something high end, because Starlights are the technical max rarity in Yu-Gi-Oh, even above Ghost Rares, OTs, quarter centuries. So yeah, I mean, listings are super low. This is gonna be a $500 card soon. Might even be $750s to a band, guys. So you definitely don't want to keep this one in mind.
The only Starlights I have are right now are these.
The Unchained. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But these went up too. They were
because Unchained got
bought up.
Yeah, because Unchained came back. They got some unlocks on the ban list, and now you know some people are squeezing these in as an engine in certain Fiend deck builds and things of that nature. So yeah, there you go. We have Primite Lordly Load. We got the Primite package here with Lordly Load and Ether Barrel here. A quarter century secret rares, of course. A reprint is coming for Lordly Load in Battles of Legend Monster Mayhem, getting a Starlight rare, which we were just talking about as they make the comeback into the Yugiverse. And yeah, this card was 165s at one point, having sales at 2 hundos. And the reprint has this card at 128s, 18 listings only. So yeah, we were talking about this earlier with cards that get reprints or get banned or fall out of favor. So, you know, in your case here, still 13 listings, still scarce. What do you think about Lordly Loads? The fact that getting a Starlight, getting reprint in Battles of Legend with a lower rarity, the sell pressure for the high end, if people like you know, don't really care about that as long as you have your copies, right?
Man, I bought Lordly Loads at $25. So whether it go high, low, I'm feeling it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, he came in, bro, right here, man.
When they went on, it was a point where they went up to like 230s or 300s. Like that. I was like, yo, this is crazy. I could have sold right then and there. You know what I mean?
Man.
But you know, but I still got them because I still play Blue Eyes, and I feel like it's gonna go. I mean, it's gonna drop.
Yeah, but then eventually, right? Yeah,
it's gonna go back up because they're getting new support. So I feel like it'll probably be like 150 or something like that, like around that. So,
that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, because
there's
ebbs and flows
coming out. So
yeah,
Blue Eyes is not done yet.
No. You're right. And Konami loves Blue Eyes just as we do. And again, ebbs and flows. Just because it's going lower now because of impending reprint. Once that reprint comes out, and then it, is hard to get even the reprints, even the lower rarities, then that's when people start coming back into the max rarity version, and you see, the curvature come back in.
These are going to get bought out for sure.
Yeah, eventually. Once that Prime support comes out, people are going to come in for the max rarity because they're going to want, the high rarity of the new cards plus the high rarity of these older cards. Guys, from core sets, again, Rage of the Abyss is getting older by the day, just harder to pull these cards or to get these cards. They're just naturally scarce. And the same for Ether Barrel. We can see here, guys, card was 137s. Now it's bumping up. You see, because of the new Primite support announced, card was right here at 135s. This 155s, a couple of 1s and 2s. And the card goes to $250 at the bottom of the page, guys. 2 pages only, 11 listings only. So here it is, man. This one came out more recently. So again, people don't know if this one is getting reprinted in Battles of Legend or not. So people are coming in and just having, the safe bet, getting the max rarity version of this card. So yeah, I mean, very nice plays. Primite Blue Eyes, as you can see, with the loads coming in early. And this card, again, has really been money since release. So not nothing, to say too much about that one. Then we have Maliss Q Hearts, Cryptor. We have Maliss Q Hearts, and we have Maliss P March Air. Again, Cryptor came in crossover breakers as a quarter century. Card was $92, couldn't even hold a hundo. And now is 150s, 6 listings only. Quickly goes to 250s and beyond because Maliss is one of the most represented decks in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. Competitively speaking, even though it hasn't won any of the events, it still finishes in the top tables. People are coming in for the max rarity. And then we have Hair as well, recently coming out, flash crashing from 240s down to 150s, 28 listings. But again, 140s, 150s seems like, a fair price now. After this set comes out, a week goes by, 2 weeks goes by, we expect 140s or 150s. So what do you think about Maliss cards? What do you think about these recent, reprints with Hair and then Crypto as, quarter century secret rares? Excuse me, guys.
With Maliss cards, I had the deck and I sold everything because it's just not I've never been like a waifu lover for real.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I do think these cards are good. But like I feel like they will get hit and they will go down. So I'm chilling until then. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody, it's like one of my boys actually just sold his deck for like I think like 2,500 max rarity. So if you want to get your money, get your money. He sold that and a couple other cards for like 3,800 total. But hey man, like I said, heavy stonking has its benefits because he didn't buy it for that. That's what he sold it.
You see, hey, people making big moves out there, man, in Yu-Gi-Oh. But people say Yu-Gi-Oh ain't an investment. You know what I mean? You mean what I know. So you got to tell that to your buddy when he make that extra green. You know that Yu-Gi-Oh is not an investment, man. But to each their own. But definitely keep these in mind. And then we have LZ of the White Forest, guys. There was a lot of hype heading into. That's something that I forgot to talk about in my previous market watches, and even to ask Rogue about when we talked about YCS Providence. Just the disappearance of White Forest, man. Like people, the White Forest support is gonna break the deck into the meta, is gonna do this, that, and the third. Really didn't do anything, man. I didn't see no White Forest, in the top tables. That is insane. So again, but that doesn't mean that the heavy stonk hasn't gone up. Card was $73, says 150s, and we're at 250s, man. After that play set is $400. 400. 2 listings only, and yeah. Let's wait on very nice, man. We need to see them fresh off the press copies,
you don't have to get them. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you probably came in at 75. Look at that. Look at
I came in at 60.
Wow. He came in literally at the lows. Look at that. This was him buying it right here. Low sale price, $59.99. That was very nice. Coming in, man, picking it up at the right time, man. And $60 becoming 250s, man. Literally. Insanity, man. 6 times 4 is 24. Yeah, so 4X already. And if this playset sales, he's up to $400 a copy. Damn, you're going to have to make your boy. Hey, when you see $60 LZs in the future, you got to put me on, man, because gonna have to get these heavy stock. Now you imagine, yo, a man got.
You know what
eat.
it is though? I just pay attention to like if just because the archetype isn't good right now, like if you know that like we're just now getting into this archetype,
right?
Like you should probably jump on it. Like I said, Regenesis, perfect example. You're catching Archfiends and Regenesis at $50. This is exactly the same situation. You get what I'm saying? So you buy it now, and I promise you later on when more support, because they're getting more support. You already see more broken support coming out.
That's the key.
You know what I'm saying? As
Great
long as you
point.
know it's getting more support, get it right now. You know what I'm
Great
saying? Like
point.
that's my
Great
personal opinion. If you can, but like now, if you're trying to get into it, you're too late. Too late.
You see,
unless you got pockets like that, you too late.
Nah, even if you got pockets, you be Billy Bobbin, yo. You be Billy Bobbin for really, man. So hey, you already know, man. You already know. And then we have some Vanquish Soul cards. Again, very nice. Wanted to highlight a couple of these. We talked about Vanquish Soul Jiao Long with Rogue Hero in yesterday's Market Watch, saying that this card went from 140s to 140s to 150s. Insane. So yeah, very nice set. Yeah, on that same note, guys, pick up your Vanquish Soul Quarter Century Secret Rares from Stampede. You only got 3 of them, guys, and yes, they're cheap today. But these, penny stonks right here at under $5 can become heavy stonks down the line. Look at that. Look at that. He has his Jiao Long. What price you came in for this one?
$60 last week, bro.
Last week? Stop, man. Week, bro. 60s becoming 150s? Shit. Hey, it's too easy, man. Heavy stonking is too easy.
And I thought I was overpaying when I paid
premium, right? Yeah. You see?
And that's after the support got announced. I was like, yo, let me hurry up and pick these up because I definitely want to play this deck.
You see?
And then they were still 60s. I was like, oh yeah. But then I saw there was only like 4 left on the market at the time. And then I was like, yo, let me pick them up because after that I saw they went up to like whatever they're at right now.
Yeah. They're 140s, 150s. Insane, man. Coming in when you think you're paying a premium for a heavy stonk, if you come in at the right time, you end up paying a bargain for future prices. And that same thought process with these other Vanquish Soul cards. Don't sleep on them. $10 can become 20s, 30s, 40s overnight. 6, 7 bones become $20, $30. $3 become 15, 20, 25s overnight, in a sense, right? Overnight we meet, just is a phrase, but really it's just an accumulation as people come in. That buy pressure comes in. Exactly. And then you see these elevated prices. So listen to Very Nice. Make sure you get your Very Nice Quarter Century Secret Rare Vanquish Soul cards and don't miss out. We have Unchained Soul Lord of Yama, guys. This is another Quarter Century Secret Rare that used to be 60 bones. Look at that, 60 bones, and now is a hundo. 18 listings only. The card is up 40% right there, and then it goes to 125s at the bottom of the page. So just on that note, wanted to highlight to see, guys, if you buy the right heavy stonks, you can easily make money as well, in Yu-Gi-Oh, just like Very Nice said. So, cards like these, they get reprinted, they cause sell pressure even to the high end, they go to the lows, and then they rebound, if they cycle back into the meta. So that's another great example. And here we have Yubel, the Loving Defender Forever, a random Quarter Century Secret Rare from Phantom Nightmare that everyone forgot about. Card was 50 bones. You come back one day, 48s, and it's 126, man. Couple of 1s and 2s, then it's 165s, the 2 hundos at the bottom of the page, 11 listings only, and as you can see,
crazy.
Yeah, let's
crazy
hear
thing is, these little ad libs that I'm doing while I'm in the video, this is what I do when I watch their videos. I'm like, dang, I swear to God,
love it, man, love it. Yo, like, when you see them cars go up, you're like, dang, man, like what's going on, bro? Yeah, when them spikes or crashes, you're probably like, damn, that crash hurts, Love it, man. Love it. So on that note, guys, link in the description down below. Make sure you swing by the Discord and X right here to participate in our giveaway right here. And then treat yourself to a Billy for really right here, like, Very Nice likes to say. And $15 off over here and whatnot. That is free money. Take advantage of that to invest in a mid stonk that will become a heavy stonk in the future, guys. So make sure you get that proper exposure, guys. And don't forget to subscribe to your boy. We have a 9K giveaway, guys. Not quarter centuries, but the technical max rarity heavy stonks. We're giving these away. 2 lucky winners for Farragut and Blue Eye Starlight Jet Dragon right here. And don't forget, we're giving away Imperium Duelist Dice, a play set of structure decks right here, guys. All to 1 lucky winner and 9K. You don't want to miss out. We're approaching that fast. So you want to make sure you subscribe, you ring that bell, you like the video on the way in. Don't miss out as we continue to grow. And also don't forget about Very Nice Yu-Gi-Oh, man. He's been already here for almost an hour. He's going to give you 20 or 30 even more minutes. Look at that beautiful token. Your boy has, the first that OG right here. Got this at the regional. Yeah, the OG is kind of blurry, But right there, we got
Very nice,
yeah, right there, very nice. These look fresh off the press, just like the channel, guys. So you want to make sure you go subscribe right now. And on the channel right here, he has more details on how to get access to those tokens, and also more fresh off the press merch coming on his channel. So don't miss out, man. Don't miss out.
Help your boy get right. I'm about to help your boy get right.
You already know, man. Make sure you go subscribe. First link in the description down below. We need to see 1.5K pretty soon, and then 2-3K is coming. Big things coming for Very Nice, because he keeps it very nice, guys. So you guys already know. And now we're going to his favorite rarity. Not, I tried. But we're going to Starlight rares, guys, because technically speaking, quarter centuries are gone now. And now we're moving back into Starlight rares. So we might be getting Starlight rares in rarity collections. We're getting it in Battles of Legend, Monster, Mayhem, as that first reprint that, if I'm not mistaken, bringing Starlights back. So again, we have OG Starlights from core sets. From back in the day, years ago, iconic staples that have that Starlight rarity, man. Yes, we have quarter centuries as well, reprinted. This card even has an alternate art. But as you can see, the Starlight continues, just based off scarcity, to continue to be the high-end chase version, as we can see, at around 240s, 250s. So again, yes, you folk, do you own Starlights other than Unchained? Do you own any of these? Because you don't need them. Well, what if this card doesn't have a quarter century? Like if it wouldn't, and you're playing,
I would have got the Starlight.
Okay. You see, we got you one way or another. You know what I mean?
I got rid of the QCE and got the
alternate
Spirit Bomb Veilers. Yeah, these are my babies. I love them. I love
those.
I call it the Spirit Bomb Veilers. These are my handcrafts.
All right, you see, he has the alternate art quarter centuries, but now Very Nice is gonna have to get back on the Starlight.
If they came out with those,
Yeah.
In a Starlight, I might have had to get them because they just look too.
Oh
clean,
yeah, I feel you. Yeah, like a Starlight alternate art. Yeah, you never know. Maybe in Rarity 5 they throw Starlights of the alternate art. So because it already has a Starlight here, so that's a great point you make. They might do that for Rarity Collection 5. We'll see down the line. But yeah, these Starlights are iconic. 240s, 3 pages here, 22 listings. But I believe that people are gonna come back, you know, to Starlights. There's going to be a rush again into Starlight rares when they see the new Starlights and Battles of Legend and Rarity 5 and things of that nature. I believe that people will be rushing back to come getting these Starlights. So again, seeing this card used to be like crazy prices back in the day. If you go to the yearly chart, I mean, this does it no justice. This card used to be, if I'm not mistaken, like $400, $500, $600, even like $700 at one point when it first came out. The Starlights were the chase cards. There was no quarter century secret rares. So again, to see this card go up 2x to 500s and beyond, no one would be surprised. But yeah, you got to come in early. This is early compared to future prices, especially when people come back, you know, for the Starlight rush. So you don't want to miss out. Yeah, DD Crow. DD Crow Starlight rare from Rise of the Duelist. We can see this heavy stonk used to be a hundo. And this is, you know, around there, $100, man. I'm telling you, you can see that the market right now, thanks to people like Very Nice, they're like, nah, no one cares of Starlights. We just like the stamp, the quarter centuries, and this and that and the third. Look at that right there. You see, thanks to people like Very Nice having the quarter century at $20. You know, they forget that the technical max rarity is the Starlight at $100. There's gonna be $200-300 down the line. Yo, mark my words. Look at that, 250s at the bottom of the page. You know, yeah. Say yes. You can see this at 250s again, right? You know, yeah.
That's OD though. I don't know, 250 for a DD Crow.
Yeah, Starlight. Hey, it's gonna
happen.
happen.
The alties I had were like 126s when I sold them. No, 136s.
This card is coming down from 300s at one point and higher prices. Is that DD? Hey, I'm telling you, when people come back rushing for Starlights, man, that little old quarter century won't be able to keep up with the true technical highest max rarity in Yu-Gi-Oh! The highs of the highs, man. Hey, I get it. Don't have the stamp, but scarcity and just the markets, man. It's the technical, you know, max rarity. So people are going to be coming back to these. It's going to be, you know, crazy in a way when you see that we're going to have cheaper Starlight rares because now they replace the pull rates of quarter centuries. Or maybe if we have Starlights in the tins. Really? Yeah. Like if we have Starlights in the tins, for example, they're going to be cheaper than these OG hard to get Starlights, but still be the same rarity. So it's going to be fun to see, you know, how that's going to pan out. So you have Guiding Quem just got the quarter century secret rare and Stampede that I know, you know, Very Nice would have, you know, for his branded deck. I don't know if you play branded, just messing with you, but
I can't stand that deck.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. I'm not a branded person, but a lot of people really like branded, you know, in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. But yeah, 150s down to 80s. due to the sell pressure of the recent quarter century secret rare reprint at 80 bones. Like he just said, he loves branded, guys. So you just messing with you, bro. You're like,
no, there you go.
Your thought process is like, I just said
I
hate
branded.
Yeah.
No, man, I don't like branded because like it just like they just do too much, bro. Like they do too much to get to this lackluster board, bro.
I get it.
I can't stand playing against decks that do that.
I get it, man. It's all like branded fusion. All goes, on one card. Of course, they do have many ways and different lines to get a different combos and boards, but like that's the core of it, But hey, a lot of people like branded, so it is what it is. We gotta
don't get it twisted. The art type is fire.
No,
like,
look at that
the
art.
Lord, it's just, but it's just. When you sit across from it,
literally. But the person playing it, they're having a blast, So this Starlight rare, you see it going down to 75, 70s and below, you want to get exposure. You don't want to miss out. We have Stardust Dragon, an iconic Yu-Gi-Oh card from Dawn of Majesty. Starlight rare is heavy stock going down to 286s. But really, we're in the 260s. Again, this card could quickly be money, man. If it's just for the pure investment, this card that is 260s right now, you could wake up one day and it could be 500 plus. 500 plus for Stardust Dragon, Eddie Edison's and the boomers out there. Hey, with the rush back to Starlights. What do you think? Can you see these cards, spiking up because there's going to be a rush back to Starlight? There's no more quarter centuries for you to buy. You know what I mean? So what do you think is going to happen with that?
I'm about to say, I feel like they spiked already. If they go past this,
you're like they go back. But look at that. This chart is spiking from your vantage point, but this card is crashing to these prices, bro. Yeah. Crashing. So what do you think about that, man?
I mean, I do feel like it's I don't know. It's hard to say. I just can't. Okay. I can't see myself spending 270 on a starter.
Yeah, quarter century's got. Yeah, quarter century's got you thinking that way. But hey.
They messed up. They messed me up. So
but when you realize, there's no more quarter centuries, man. You can start getting that itch for the high rare.
Then I'm gonna have to get a Starlight. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
They're gonna force you, man. When you start seeing those new ones coming out in Battles of Legend Monster Mayhem, and you see those new Starlights, and you realize there's no stamp, but this is the high end. This is what everyone wants, and I want to add it to my collection. So very nice coming back to Starlights very soon. Yes, Konami, man. Thank Konami.
I'll be there. I'll be at the Starlight party. You know what I'm saying? It's the Starlight
party, bro. We got Super Poly. Starlight rare. Again, this one, 116s was 98s, and we were telling people to pick it up. And as we can see, you have one at 140, but then it starts going to 160s and then 200s. This card, again, Starlights act like quarter centuries in the sense, for those high end, like they go up fast. They're scarce. They're hard to get. They're heavy stocks, guys. So 5 listings only, 1 page, as we can see. Of course, and for this one, I wanted your opinion, to make, it is not usual, but to make because for example, DD Crow was one that is super cheap, and then the Starlight is expensive. But in the case of Super Poly, if I'm not mistaken, the quarter century started going up. Look at this. This card is making your point, and it's rare. It's not usual, but the quarter century, there's one left, bro. One left at 270s. Guys, this card is cleaned out. Look at that, man. A card that used to be $100. Look, and it was 73s at the lows. There's just one left at 270s. And look, the Starlight is cheaper. So this card is unique, is rare, but is making very nice's point of, look at that. Ooh, look at that. The double quarter century right there. There's
I got the third one, but I don't know where it's at.
Right, I feel you. So there's $750 right there. That is wild, man. That is just mind-boggling to see that.
I bought them at go ahead. I bought them at 90s.
You see, he came in at double digits. Now he's up like 3-4x, whatever that multiple is. Just crazy, guys, to see that. You see, the Starlight is cheaper, which is usually not the case. But yeah, man. These buyouts are insane, man. We have Ghost Bell Haunted Mansion. Yeah, go ahead.
I got the technical max.
Yeah, rarity. Hey, I mean, price-wise, I guess not the technical. I can't fight you on that. I guess you got me on that one, man. You did, bro. You did. Man, Konami, man, why you do this to us, man? But we got Ghost Bell Haunted Mansion Starlight Rare right here. Same deal. This were 80s, and they're pushing 150s right here pretty soon, and then 250s, and then $500. Shit, man, look, bells, man. People need them, and there's quarter centuries. They're $50, pushing 60s. We talked about the quarter centuries at 30s, but Starlight, man, you see with some cards, they're just it. They're just the top of the line in Yu-Gi-Oh, as you can see. one page only, guys, and it's just crazy to see when you combine scarcity, collectability with meta relevance. This is what you get. Yeah, for this one, very nice. Is gonna have his quarter centuries. But
yes, I do.
Yeah. So he's set. He's already set, man. He's already set. He's like, yep, that's me, man. But let me just look up for Black Rose. Yeah.
When people be in my comments trying to bait me and be like, oh, you don't have the Starlight, I'm like, bro, I'm chilling, bro.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. What about Black Rose right here? Starlight rare. Card is 166s. But look at that. Goes to 900 at the bottom of the page.
Not. Absolutely not.
You know you want it, bro, as an investment.
Nah.
You know.
I'm a heavy C, and this is coming from a heavy stalker. I'm a heavy stalker, but that's crazy.
Yeah, look at that, bro. We needed to get it. We need to see this one in your deck profile, your next deck profile right here, man. Look at that.
I like the new art though. The new art.
Yeah, the alternate art looks nice. Yeah, it's like 10, 11 bucks,
that.
bro. So that's a good entry price, right now. And it looks really, really nice. But it'll probably get a Starlight down the line. Just something to keep in mind. But we'll see.
I mean, I would get that Starlight. That's a nice Starlight.
Okay, yeah, with the nice artwork. Okay, you see, we're opening him up to Starlights. Okay, I like it. It's working. Yeah. Oh, man, it's crazy. We have Elemental Eurostrato, Starlight rare as well from Burst of Destiny. This card is $100. I think this is cheap. I mean, the quarter century is like 60, 70 bucks, but it's a hero card. I think this ages very, very well. Even though it already has years out, that does have a clean OT. It has the quarter centuries now, but these Starlights at $100. Once people start rushing back to Starlights, they're gonna want matching rarities, and I believe these are just great pickups down the line. We have Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. This one has a quarter century. It's pushing like 50 bucks now because people need it. Starlight, we were talking about it at around 80 bucks. And now you see 120s, 127s, and then it starts going to 175s and beyond. So do you like this quarter century? The one that you probably own, at around 4, you got it probably cheaper, but it's around 50 bucks. You like this Starlight looks nice too, but yeah, let's hear
I got my QCR for like 30.
Yeah. That sounds about right. That was a good entry price. Okay.
I don't know what they're at now, but
no, they're around 50s. We covered it on the channel.
Cool.
Yeah.
I made
so
20 bucks.
You came in early. You came in good. But yeah, the Starlight rare looks nice, man, and it is
looks good. It looks good.
Yeah. There's some iconic Yu-Gi-Oh cards again, like the Stardust, the Black Roses, the Dragoon here, like they just look nice, And some people, when they give us the Starlight Magia, as we think they would, probably in Rarity 5, they're gonna want to match the rarity with Dragoon. So just something that you guys should keep in mind. We have Divine Arsenal Double A Zeus, has the quarter century secret rare alternate art, that just came out in Stampede, and we can see here, wow, this is a large volume candle. People coming in at 110s.
Oh wow.
Getting the Starlight rare. That's kind of cheap. Again, coming from, as a heavy stonker, Starlight rare at $100, Zeus. I mean, this card used to be, guys, $200 plus over a year ago, and now the card is down 50%. If you want this specific card, you come in here at around $100. Not bad, because you're buying closer to the lows to the highs, in my humble opinion. And then we have, Very Nice's favorite card right here, Mirror J Dies Play Dragon Starlight.
I actually played this in anti-meta. I've been meaning to pick.
You see? Okay.
I thought it was gonna come out in either Stampede or Bonanza.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. That's what we were saying.
I was actually really shocked they didn't make this as a QCR.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, because we thought they would complete like the branded cards in quarter century, but they didn't. So yeah, the card was 190s. Now it's pushing 250s, going to 400s at the bottom of the page. 5 listings only. So yeah, I mean, this is one that it has no quarter century, and Very Nice would be coming in to pick this card up, because there's no other alternative rarity like quarter century secret rare, and like branded players are like, oh, it didn't come, we need it, and the price is going up. Same as Alba Lenatus, the Abyss Dragon Starlight rare used to be $37, bro. And you have one for $100, 105s, and then it goes to 200s. Insane.
So I've been trying to figure out when people put the 500 and 900 at the bottom of the page.
Yeah,
I'm like, is that real, or y'all just predicting like that's what it will be? Are y'all trying to dictate the market by saying it? You get what I'm saying?
No, I mean, look at the name of the store. You know what he's doing? Look at that. Read that right there. What is he doing?
Daydreaming for sure.
Exactly. Just messing with you, man. But hey, some people, these cards are scarce. There are the technical max rarity. There's not going to be a new abundance of supply wise for it. So maybe they're just patient. They're like, they think one day it might reach those crazy prices, and you never know if a Billy Bob comes in and buys at that. But a card that was $37, bro, coming in and being, you know, into the hundreds, into the triple digits. Just wild, you know, to see cards like these. And then Grand Guignol as well, Starlight rare. We expected a quarter century. Did it come? Card was 84s. And then you come in and it says 175s right here. 7 listings only. And pretty soon it's 250s or 300s, guys, for a card that was just double digits, man. Could become a $300 card. No more quarter century ever. And the artwork looks fire, man, for this one. So, yeah, man, these brand, a lot of people love Brandon, man, as you can see, and these didn't get their quarter centuries. You have Evil Twins Trouble Sunny here, Starlight rare. Card was $80, spiking up to triple digits, but wow, 170s, 8 listings only. Quickly goes to 389s. What do you? Hey, you see the trend. Most of these Starlight rares, they're going up due to meta relevance, or didn't get quarter century reprints as people thought. And also add on to that, you know, the fact that we're getting more Starlight. So yeah, I mean, are you impressed by these strong moves of these cards not being quarter centuries but still spiking up, you know, relating to the fact of heavy stonking and scarcity and things of that nature?
Am I impressed? No, because if I gotta build it, I gotta spend that.
Oh, okay. You see, that's the mindset, man.
So I'm like dreaded. Like when I look at prices, it's kind of like I ripped the band-aid off. That's what I call it. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking about building live twin Evil Twin Fiendsmith or whatever. Yeah. So seeing these prices, I'm like, damn, that's what I gotta spend. But I think this is a one of, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that crazy compared to needing like 2 ofs and 3 ofs, but. Okay. Yeah, I see the thought process.
Next, I'll bite the bullet on, but
I feel you.
With the Starlights, I mean, I do notice that they're like almost like a for sure investment. Like they're definitely gonna go up at some point. You get what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
So, you know, your money's safe in Starlights, I would say.
Yeah, in that sense, you know, OG core says Starlights that they're super scarce, even more scarce than quarter centuries. Of course, if we get 10 Starlights, then you know that defeats the purpose.
Then we gonna get 10 Starlights?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if they announced it already. I know they announced. I forget. I know we covered the 10 announcement here. I think they mentioned that we're getting Starlights, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, 10 Starlights. I mean, we got 10 quarter centuries. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, because again, we talked about heavy stonking, but look at this. We have Tyrant, Dragon. Look at this card. Is this one? This is, you know, still a quarter century. Still has the stamp. Still has everything. Came in the tin and is free. Look at that, 50 cents quarter century secret rares, bro. The rarity that you love that has the stamp, and you see. So you know, supply obviously determines price as well. So yeah, I think we get cheap Starlights just like this, literally in the tins. That's what should be expected. Yep. So here's your example, right? And this card looks nice. I like it.
It does. It's clean.
You know, cheap quarter centuries. But yeah, live twin Lila treat. And we have live twin Kiss a Kill Frost again. You said you need max rarity live twin. So look, we're covering here for you. Card was $55, pushing 83s, then goes to $100s, and then it starts going crazy. So if you need this card, 10 listings only, you're like, damn, I think I'm gonna need to skip, you know, that live twin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is, dude? The only time I really pick up things is if I'm gonna like for example, I picked up Ritual Beast and I had blinged that whole deck out, and then I ended up just selling it like a week later, like without even. Like, because it was just too much to like learn at the time.
Right. Yeah. You're like, man, I don't got time. Yeah. Let me just get rid of it.
Even for pro, like even when I do my profiles, I like to know what I'm talking about, but I didn't even want to play test with the deck.
I feel you. Yeah, like you didn't want to go through all that process. Nah, and there's a bunch of decks, man. There's a lot of decks, so not all of them are gonna be your cup of tea. You know what I mean? So that's definitely understandable. And then we have Frosty or Starlight Rare. Used to be $88, 87, 88. It says 180s, $300, bro. 3 listings only. 3 to 350s right here, 1 page only, and heavy stonks, man. Heavy stonks, you know? That is just wild. We have Kurikara Divine Carnate. This card used to be 200 plus back in the day. Chart's not updated here, but now it's $60, 17 listings. I think as a Starlight, this one ages very, very well. It's going to be triple digits down the line. So, yeah, and it's a beautiful card. So, it didn't get the quarter century treatment that a lot of people expected. So a lot of people were surprised, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I got no. The Super Poly did. So yeah, why did it copy that? Let me do it again. So yeah, it didn't get the quarter century treatment right here. So again, the Starlight is still the technical max rarity. It does have an OT, which I do like and looks beautiful. But yeah, this is a Starlight. You got to be like your boy Very Nice. Make sure you pick up the Starlight at around 60s. This is gonna be triple.
I think I got an ulti in this one.
Okay, yeah, I like the ulti, man. OT looks fire. It does go to 200s at the bottom of the page, so Only a couple left before it starts going up. So there you go. And then lastly, as a Starlight, we have Trish right here. Yeah.
I'm putting y'all in the vlog. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yo, we famous, Ma. We made it, Ma. We made it. Shout out to Very Nice, man. Shout out to Very Nice. That's my boy, man. That's my boy, man. Yeah, let's get it, man. Look, he's watching Trish here. Starlight Rare, guys. As you guys can see, this card is what, $68, and not bad for the long term. Of course, Very Nice is gonna want the $10 quarter century. I mean, come on, he's a heavy stonker.
Yeah, I got it.
He's a heavy stonker at a $10 quarter century. But as we can see here, guys, the Starlight Rare is what, like $60? Not bad for the long term. 3 pages only, 23 listings. So yeah, I mean, you know, this is the technical high, max rarity, the highest rarity. Card looks beautiful, guys. So let me know what you think. Yeah, so in the sum up, what are you going to be doing when it comes to Starlight Rares? Are you going to be focusing on that after Battles of Legend Monsters? You know, I'm sorry, Monster Mayhem, no more quarter centuries. What's your approach for heavy stonking as you move on to the era where there's no more quarter century secret rares?
Gotta catch them all. You know what I'm saying? So if they stop making QCs, we gotta go to
Starlight route.
SR,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what we gotta do.
All right.
I could only go with what supplies being given. You know what I'm saying? What printed. Like so.
Yeah.
But as far as like I feel like with Starlights, it's better to get it when you can now than wait till later, because later on, obviously, we see what's gonna happen with the prices.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just gonna be the same situation as quarter centuries. Like you said, there's gonna be some cheap Starlights, and then there's gonna be some super expensive Starlights. But you know, the thing I love about Yu-Gi-Oh most is that you could pick your poison. You know what I mean? You could either go the common route, you could go the rare route, the secret route, the prismatics, all of that. Starlight, you know what I mean? You got options. You can be who you want to be in this game based on your pockets and based on how you want to play it. You know what I mean? I'm the Black Kaiba for real. You know what I'm saying? So,
Black Kaiba in the building.
They call me Blyber at locals. You know what I'm saying? I'm Blyber. You heard? So.
Blyber in the building, bro. That was unexpected. Loved it, bro. Nah, man.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. Nah, and again, you know, we are gonna end it on that note. I've kept you here for an hour and 20 minutes, guys. So if you made it this far out into the video, you want to make sure you come here. First link in the description down below. He gave it to you, man, today in the sense of preaching, educating you folks, as fresh off the press tokens, very nice tokens that had some point. The personality's there. The growth is there. You can see the views are coming in, man. You want to make sure you sub to my guy right here, guys. You know, he's going to be at 1.5K soon, then 2K. You know, I love bringing people on the channel that put in the work, that have the grind. You know, you making it happen in here. You're showing your love, your passion. You're putting in the time, the work, and it pays off, man. So honestly, it's been an honor and a pleasure. Just to interact, have fun, laugh, share the passion that we, you know, both have and that the masses have for this beautiful game that we love. So yeah, I mean, on that note, you know, any shout outs, any last, you know, words that you want to say before we get out of here?
Man, I just want to say thank you guys so much for tapping in with me and, you know, tapping into anything that I have to offer, say, you know what I mean? I got back into my hobby just, you know, off of a whim, wanting to have something to do in my spare time. And just to be able to meet so many of you guys and just offer, like, you know, just give away some things for the channel. I do case openings and stuff like that. I had the Alliance Insight case early, like almost like 2 weeks early. So I ended up like opening up on the channel, and then whatever I didn't need, I gave back to subscribers, or allowed you guys to purchase like for the low. You know what I mean? So I just enjoy being able to enjoy my hobby with others and just share. So thank you so much, Jay, for having me on the channel. I look forward to bringing you guys into the fold, the very nice fam. You know what I'm saying? The fold. Jay's already, he's already indoctrinated. You saw him with his token. So make sure, you know, y'all tap in, and thank you guys so much. And everybody just be, you know, have fun, be pleasant to each other. You know what I mean? This is all about hobbies. You know what I mean? Like, appreciate each other, take time to, like, man, just like enjoy what we have here, because, you know, like it's something special, you know what I mean? The way that we can connect and just share, you know.
Beautiful.
But yeah, man, that's my rant. That's my rant.
For sure. Loved it, man. And as you guys can see, look at that popular videos right here with thousands of people tuning in to check them out. So this is just the beginning of big things to come. You want to check them out to make sure you don't miss out. So again, my brother, pleasure, first time, but definitely not the last. Thank you for sharing your stories with us. Very entertaining, and you know, we definitely collab. You know, we picked each other's brain, and that's what I love to do here, bringing people on that have a lot to offer. You know, a lot of passion about what we love here, which at the end of the day it is Yu-Gi-Oh. So guys, on that note, guys, thank you so much for your time, for your support, and for your attention. Stay fresh.